Now, I was going to wait until after this game to start this next episode of the Newcastle United Football Manager career mode, but we're only just at half time, and the score's 4-3. This is one of those mental Football Manager games where gosh knows how it started. So we're going to carry on from here. Welcome back to the Newcastle United Football Manager 26 Beta Save. It's been going alright. It's not been going as well as I thought it would be. And again, I'm gonna probably explain why after this match. But let's first of all see if we can get anything from this match against Brentford as we have the first half finishing 4-3, 7 goals in 45 minutes of football. You certainly got your money's worth at that point. But let's see if we can get anything from this game. It's been going alright, just poor defensively. As you can obviously see, Elanga scoring as well as Morgan Rogers and Walter Marder on a rare start for him, and we'll get into that in a minute, but he has not been in form. Give him the nod in this one as he got back on the score sheet in midweek in the Champions League, but he's not been in great form as we go 5-3 down just 9 minutes into the second half, so you never know, there could be more goals coming here. Let's see. Let's maybe not get our hopes up. I think this might be one of those Football Manager games where it kind of just peters out after the first half. Although on that kind of note, we don't know. We probably should make some changes, shouldn't we? Voldemort has scored. Is he what we need in this game? Let's keep him on. I thought we brought Livramento on. That might be a bug. I thought I'd made a change at half time, but apparently not. Gordon wasn't fully fit to start this game, so let's bring him on for Elanga and the wide areas and see if we can get something from this game. I think the thought process for this episode now will be to finish this game and then play. I think we've got Manchester City, but I'm not expecting to get anything from that game, so it will be our next Champions League game. I think is probably the best way to go about this. But yeah, we're in the 65th minute, 16 shots each. We've edged it on the amount of shots, just not taking those chances, and I think that might, dare we say, go down to who we've got up top. I know he had scored and got an assist in this match, but if you got 16 shots in the match, surely you should be scoring more than 3, as Anthony Gordon has his shot deflected wide halfway through the second half. And no highlight. We're edging it on XG, we're edging it on shots on target. Corner count is equal as Gordon rushes forward, loses it to Aaron Hickey, who's back to Ethan Pinnock in the Brentford penalty area, back to Kelleher and Nathan Collins. So I think as he's ended up at like some weird countries and some weird clubs in FM24 saves. I wonder if that'll be the same in this one. Not it. Not the day, and to be fair, it's not been the best couple of weeks, if we're honest, in this Football Manager save. We'll go through that in a minute while we're getting towards the next game. I think I probably know the reason why, and it's come down to such a rookie error from me that's slightly ruined the beta for me, if I'm honest. But it's a mistake of my own doing, and I'll take the flak for it, as Gordon gets one back with 15 minutes to go. Do we go very attacking? I think so. Let's go very attacking. Team instructions. We'll go very direct. And let's see how it goes. We'll keep it standard in terms of width. And let's see if we can get a point from this. I don't think so. It's probably too little too late. But we can score, apparently. Just can't defend. Can't defend at all to save our lives. Let's bring on Visser for Voltamada. Let's bring on Tonali. Why did I didn't start Tonali because he's not fully fit. That's the reason why we didn't start Tonali. And Lewis Hall is tired, but we haven't got the players to bring on to replace him, so we'll just keep it as it is. Lewis Hall's having an absolute nightmare, as is Nick Pope, to be fair, who got snubbed for the England side. Can't exactly bring on Aaron Ramsdale, though. Have we got a player that can replace him? We could, I suppose, put Burnett left back and then bring on Have we got bring on Botman and then bring on? Have we got Miley? Yeah, we've got Miley on the bench. And bring on Miley for. Yeah, let's get him off. He's got 6, and let's bring him off the pitch. But yeah, I don't think we're going to get anything from this game. 6 was probably a bit too much, really. We've not really created. We've created enough chances, haven't we? Just not put them away, and we've conceded too many chances as well. But when they've got 2 players on a 10, quite hard to beat that, isn't it? Sharda and Damsgaard both on 10s. Remarkable. 6-4 it finishes here. So 4 goals scored would normally be enough to win most matches. Conceded 6 though. So maybe not the way to go. Embarrassed by it. Yeah, let's see. But as we go through the international break... okay. Lasted long, didn't it? Amarin's been sacked by Manchester United. I think they're down in 14th. We're in 6th. As it stands, not doing too badly. I think Newcastle fans would take that in real life. I just click through all of these now at this point. Brentford have not only just beaten us, but they've taken $500,000 off us, so fair enough. But as we go to the international break, I will let you know just why I think our initial decent form here at Newcastle is starting to tail off. We're back, and as expected, not to be for us, against Manchester City, Haaland at a shot own goal, and Savinho putting us to the sword. Let's not even look at the highlights for that. But as we prepare for Ferencváros, which is our next game, team in Hungary, I would like to, explain what I think I've done wrong. You might have noticed when we set up this game, and when we set up this save, we set up this save with no coaching patches, which, when I think about it, is a bit stupid. You can see here my profile unsuited to everything, pretty much, other than a couple of reasonables, which feels about right. And now we've got an unhappy squad, I can see. That's not ideal. Let's discuss the issues with the squad. Dressing room atmosphere. Okay. Sure. This might go badly. We might get sacked here, which wouldn't surprise me. But let's head towards Ferencváros, attend the press conference. My assistant can. And let's get into it. I think it's going to be a difficult match. We still need a win in the Champions League. We're not doing incredibly well. Let's go through this and have a look. We are, I think, 24th, so we're just on the cusp, really, of going through. And with the likes of Man City, Villarreal, who we drew with last time out, Juve as well, in that bottom 4, I think we've got some work to do. I'll see you for the Ferencváros game. And here is the team that we'll be using to face Ferencváros in the Champions League. And you'll be noticing that there is no Bruno Guimaraes, who is now out for the next 4 weeks to 2 months, which is absolutely brilliant, isn't it? So he will not be playing any part for the foreseeable future until the new year, probably. We're just going to have to go into this match and hope for the best. One of our, I'm not going to jinx it and say easier games in the Champions League this year. Although, we'll find out. Let's go then and face Ferencváros in the Champions League. We'll just skip through all of that and get started. Naby Keita in their team, which is interesting. We're now out of the promotion, of the group going forward, because we're playing on the Wednesday, I believe, or earlier games or something like that, so we're out. And here's the first highlight. We'll see if anything comes of this. Lewis Hall whips it behind for a corner straight away in this match. I imagine nothing will come of that, he says. Kieran Trippier with the corner. Can he do anything? It's whipped in and it's headed clear. Only throw as Morgan Rogers, but decent start for us here in Hungary as he's through into the penalty area and whips it straight over the bar. Apparently it's another corner. Does the highlight continue? No, it doesn't. For some reason I keep on forgetting to improve this to positive. We should be taking the game to Ferencváros, really, shouldn't we? You'd think we'd have the skills to beat Ferencváros, but let's find out. As they've got the ball on the halfway line, I can see where this is going. I can see already where this is going, and I don't particularly like it, if I'm honest. And it's right over the top. They've gone straight over the top, and they should have taken the lead there. Nick Pope, great save. I can see where this is going. We're going to be out of a job soon. It's O'Dowda then, here on the left-hand side. Plays in 1-2, and they're through, and they've taken the lead. I mean, I can see where this is going already. I can see where this is going. We're going to be out of a job. The players are unhappy. I'm unhappy. Ah dear, where's my P45? We are getting sacked in the morning, I think. I think we are getting sacked in the morning. Visser, though, through to Alanga. Can we get one back straight away? No. No, we can't. Oh, that's the end of the highlight. Oh, dear. Kieran Trippier, then. What can he do from the corner kick? Whips it in, and they've tipped it away. It comes out to Morgan Rogers, though, who again drives through and again hits it over the bar. Oh, dear. I get the feeling this might be a common recurrence here, which I can see exactly where this game's going, and I'm not a big fan of it. Really not a big fan. Final highlight then, you would imagine, just before half-time. Can we get anything from this first half at least going level with probably our easiest game of the Champions League? I can see where this is going. Lewis Hall skips round on the right-hand side. What can he do here? He's into the penalty area, whips it in, and Lewis Miley's hit it genuinely into Rosed. I'm not sure how he does that. And we're going into half-time. 1-0 down. It's not great. I'm not angry. I'm just disappointed. Something I've heard before. Lewis Hall is shattered already. So we'll bring on Tino Livramento. Tonali also shattered. We'll bring on Joe Willock. Bring on Voltemada as well. Visser's not had a good couple of games. And let's bring on Anthony Gordon for Alanga. I realise that is 4 of our substitutions made at half-time. But something had to change. Something has to change at this point. And, well, clearly it might be me very soon. Tino Livramento then on the left-hand side. With 3 minutes into this half, can we get back into the game? It's Morgan Rogers has hit it. It's offside. Oh, it's offside. Stop celebrating. It's offside. Going to VAR. Will it count? Yes. No, it won't count. Of course, it won't count. I'm yet to have VAR overturn something in this year's game, so I don't think we're. Do you know when FM is just against you? I feel like I need to close the game down and restart it. That's sort of the vibe I'm getting at the minute. Just need to close the game, reopen it, and hope for the best. Voltemata's through, though, one-on-one with the goalkeeper, and it's. Nope, this isn't happening. This isn't happening. It's not happening. I'm just tired. Morgan Rogers out. Oh, he scored. He scored. Call me a genius. Don't sack me, boys. He's scored. Morgan Rogers back on level terms. 7 minutes into this half. We can't settle for this, though, can we? This can't be good enough. We've got to go and get another goal, surely, you'd think. Will anything come from it? Will those changes at half-time worth it? All 4 of them? I can't remember doing that before in Football Manager. Let's come back out to Rogers, who's the scorer of our equaliser. He's into the penalty area, gets it across, and Voltemada puts us ahead. He's getting into some form now. I criticised him at the start of this episode. I think Visser is still our top goal scorer. He scored 9 goals in all competitions. But Voltemada's got 2 now in back-to-back games. Well, not in back-to-back games, because we had that defeat against Man City. But Voltemada scores for us, takes us up to, where was that, 15th in the table. We take that. We would definitely take that at this point. I'm going to stay on attacking, though. Let's see if we can get some more goals. Make it a bit more comfortable for us. Trippier plays it short to Dan Burn, who's, miles offside. But what a strike that is from Dan Burn. It's not going to count for anything. But what a strike. Again, this won't change. No goal. There we go. VAR just doesn't change anything at this point. I don't know if anyone else has noticed that. We are halfway through this second half. We're in the lead, and I think my job might be safe for a bit, he says. I feel like I'm going to get into the rhythm of jinxing things here. Anthony Gordon has the ball, plays out to Kieran Trippier, who plays an elaborate 1-2 with Gordon. We're going to go back to Trippier, no, all the way to Morgan Rogers, who's not there, but it comes to Tino Livramento, who shoots wide. Alright, I'd prefer another goal. We're going to stay with attacking, I think. I was tempted to go to positive, just to try and shore things up. We've got an XG of 2.27. We've got an XG of over 2, and we're struggling here. Like, we're struggling to beat a team from Hungary, which, no offence, we want to do well in the Premier League. We should be beating a team from Hungary, hopefully. I don't like where this is going. Callum O'Dowda plays it to half of these players I can't pronounce, so I'm not going to embarrass myself with. Anthony Gordon plays it to Joe Willock, plays it through to Voltemade, who's one-on-one, slots it in off the post. He's got a double from off the bench, and with 12 minutes to go, that makes us a bit more comfortable. 3-1 we lead Ferencváros with 11 minutes to go, 11 full minutes plus added time to go. We've still got one change in hand. Morgan Rogers is looking a bit tired, so let's bring on Harvey Barnes, who hasn't done a huge amount for me, if I'm honest, in this save. He's not been incredible for us. This game has been harder than it should have been, if we're honest, but we're up to 14th in the Champions League. This will go a long way to solidifying our stake to get through in the Champions League. A lot of our harder games are out of the way. We've got a run of nice fixtures in the Champions League, so hopefully a start of a decent run in this competition. As Kieran Trippier scores, I think, his first goal of the season, and it's a very good finish from the edge of the area, and that does put the game beyond doubt. 4-1, 4 goals in the second half. Big fan of that. Moves us up to 14th, keeps up to 13th now in the Champions League thanks to goal difference. It's taken what could have been a very embarrassing game, a very, very embarrassing game, to quite a comfortable one. And yeah, we'll take that. We'll take that. It's been quite difficult. Voltemada, I'm pretty sure, was miles offside. We're into 3 minutes added time, and that should be that. Apparently not. It comes out to Joseph here on their right-hand side. He's into the penalty area. Can they get a consolation goal? Let's hope not. Lewis Miley gets a challenge, and it's out to Voltemada with 30 seconds on the clock to go. Is he just going to go all the way through? Is he going to go all the way through? No, of course he's not. Of course he's not. Sometimes you get your hopes up, and then something like that happens. But that is it. We've beaten Ferencváros. We'll take that. Better. Not overly happy, but it's an improvement. Sure, whatever. It leaves us 13th in the Champions League, 2 points off going all the way through into the next round. As it stands, we're in the playoff spots, but we'll take that. We've got a buffer of 2 points, so not a huge amount of breathing room, but we'll take it. Voltemada on form. Let's praise him. Why not? let's praise him. But that is it for this episode of the Newcastle United Football Manager Beta Career Mode Save. Hopefully we'll be back for another episode very soon. See if we can get Newcastle United back into the Champions League, and that'll be the aim for this year, to qualify again for the Champions League. We'll see if that can happen, but make sure you hit subscribe, like the video as well. We'll be back for the January transfer window in the next episode.